Harvard launching investigation into former President Larry Summers' ties to Jeffrey Epstein, report says. Left viewpoints. Harvard University is investigating former U.S. Treasury Secretary Larry Summers' relationship with Jeffrey Epstein due to newly released documents indicating an unusually close relationship for years. Harvard's spokesperson, Jonathan Swain, stated that the university is examining the documents to evaluate necessary actions regarding individuals mentioned. Larry Summers announced he would step back from public engagements following President Donald Trump's order for a Justice Department investigation into Epstein's ties with prominent Democrats. The House Oversight Committee released documents, including personal messages between Summers and Epstein, which will be part of the investigation concerning multiple Harvard affiliates. Center viewpoints. On Tuesday, Harvard University announced it is reviewing former President Larry Summers' relationship with convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, evaluating newly released Epstein documents, spokesperson Jonathan L. Swain said. Last week, House Oversight Committee disclosures showed emails between Summers and Epstein, including sexist comments and requests for romantic advice, the Harvard Crimson reported. Harvard's review will examine references to Summers' wife, Elisa F. New, and nearly a dozen current and former Harvard affiliates named in the files. On Monday, Summers said he would withdraw from public engagements, but continue teaching at Harvard, expressing deep shame and taking full responsibility for communicating with Epstein. Congress on Tuesday approved legislation requiring the Justice Department to release Epstein investigative files within 30 days, with Harvard confirming Jeffrey Epstein's donations totaled $9.1 million from 1998 to 2008. Right viewpoints. Harvard University is initiating an investigation into its ties to Jeffrey Epstein following the release of correspondence involving former President Larry Summers, as reported by U.S. lawmakers. A spokesperson for Harvard stated they are reviewing information regarding individuals mentioned in the Epstein documents to assess what actions may be warranted. Former Harvard President Larry Summers indicated he would reduce his public commitments after the disclosures, but he will continue with his teaching responsibilities. Harvard previously disclosed a range of connections to Epstein in a report issued in 2020. Bias comparison. News coverage of Harvard's probe into Larry Summers' Epstein ties reveals distinct partisan framings. Left-leaning outlets emphasize an unusually close relationship, framing the situation critically and highlighting a broader political context by mentioning a presidential order for investigation. Conversely, right-leaning coverage presents a more succinct account, de-emphasizing such political dimensions and broader details, focusing on the institution's stated action with neutral language like investigating ties. Center-leaning reports maintain a descriptive tone, using terms like open probe and uniquely noting the investigation's potential to include other people associated with the university. The characterization of Summers' relationship and the investigation's political impetus serve as key dividing lines, though all perspectives agree on Harvard's fundamental action, underscoring differing priorities regarding institutional scrutiny versus straightforward reporting.